Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in the case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. Right now I'm in Atwater. I'm out of the shoe, getting back to the routine. It's 2009, summer of 2009. When you come out to the yard, when they call the move, when you come out to the yard, the prison is set up like a rectangle. You got 3 yards divided, with fences, and each yard are squared. How you get to the yard, you go through the middle gate, through the middle yard, then between each yard, like yard 1 and 2, there's a doorway. Between 2 and 3, there's a doorway. So you go through yard 2, then you can go off to yard 1, which is a softball field, or you can go to yard 3, which is the track and the football field, and they got a basketball court. When you first come into yard 2, if you're coming from the east side, to your left, there's a basketball field. Immediately in front of you, off to the right a little bit, is 3 tables. Straight down in the middle of the yard is a gun tower. Then on the other side is another basketball court, another 3 tables. To your left is 6 handball courts, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And to your right is a volleyball court. So like I said, in Atwater, it was kind of wide open. So when they open the yard up, everybody's out there. You got about 1,500 dudes, 1,200 dudes minimum out there on the yard. On yard 3 by the sidewalk, right when you go into yard 3 from yard 2, they got a big ass sidewalk. Over there, that's where all the prices be with all the knickknacks. They got they got the blanket laid down with all the stuff they're selling. They're selling birthday cards, whatever trinkets they're making. Anybody that has anything to sell, they always give it to one of the prices, because the price is gonna go around with your pair of shoes or your watch or your glasses and practically ask every inmate on the compound if they want to buy it. But it's almost like the flea market. At this time, I'm just helping my homeboy Billy out here and there to help run his poker table. But I'm not really running any poker table or anything. I'm always on the basketball court playing ball, or on the handball court playing handball. Well, on this particular day, when I'm coming through, I notice there's a little, when the yard is loud and ruckus, then you know everything is good. But when it's quiet, that's when you know something's wrong. It's like the eye of the storm, the quiet before the storm. So when I come out on this particular day, I noticed like the volume of the yard was a little tuned down. So obviously my spider senses perk up. Because before any incident happens, most of the time, the car that's gonna deal with their own, always out of respect, let people know, hey, we're about to handle some business, we're about to clean up houses, we're about to clean our house, whatever. Just put people on point, so just in case if they got shit that's on them that's dirty or whatever, they can, figure out how to get rid of it, not get caught up on it. Because most of the time, when they lock down the compound, if it's a major incident, before they open it back up, they'll run up in your unit and do a shakedown, come through your cell, looking for knives and whatever else they're looking for. So people just try to give each other a heads up out of respect, so we can prepare ourselves for these shakedowns. Now, I mentioned the dude Sam from New York that was on the poker table in the last video. Well, this incident has to do with him. He's from New York. So I come up, everybody, like I said, I can recognize the low volume on the yard, So I know something's going on. And I'm looking around, but I really don't see anything out of the ordinary, because I just came into yard 2. I'm right by the table. But on the basketball court, there's a couple benches that go along on the side of the basketball court. And I don't really see anything that stands out for me to recognize where the situation is. But so happened over there by the basketball court is Sam. He's sitting out on the bench. And there's two other New York guys sitting there. And from anybody that's watching, it just looked like an ordinary conversation. So as I'm scanning the yard, looking for where the danger is at, I see the two guys that's standing on each side of Sam. Sam is sitting down. Pull out something out of their waistband, and it's a lock. You know, one of those master padlock on a belt. And they're whacking Sam with it. Bop, bop, bop. And so now I said, okay. So I'm just watching because I'm there. I mean, you can't, it's hard to take your eyes off these things. So they're whacking Sam with it. Two of them whacking the shit out of Sam with it. And I see Sam digging to his pants, and he pulls out a freaking machete. Like the shit was the length of your arm. When he pulled that out, them other two dudes backed up. And now he's chasing them with it because there's really not much you can do with a padlock versus a fucking machete. But so he's chasing these dudes. You know, he's not chasing, like they're not on a full sprint, but they're backing up and he's moving towards them, and they're not trying to be anywhere close to that machete that he's got pulled out. So at this time, while that's going on, the COs hit the deuces. Like I said, the deuces is an emergency panic button to notify the COs that there's an incident going on. So all the COs run out, and they order everybody to lay down. They ordered the two guys that was locking Sam up with the lock to lay down, and they moved away and went and lay down. But when they came to Sam and tried to get him to lay down, he refused. And they don't want to get close to him because he's got a big-ass machete in his hand. So now the lieutenant's on there. He calls for the gun tower. And now the gun tower's out. They slide their window open. They got their gun out. And the lieutenant's ordering Sam to lay down his weapon and lay flat on the ground. But Sam's refusing. So the lieutenant tells the gun tower, hey, shoot him. I can hear it. I'm right there. He's like, shoot him. But the gun tower doesn't shoot him. And the lieutenant's telling him, I ordered you to shoot him. But the gun tower still doesn't shoot him. But he's got this gun out. Everybody can see that there's a big-ass freaking AR-15. I think it's an AR-15. It might be an M16, but I believe it's an AR-15 stuck out the gun tower, pointing at Sam. But he's still standing up. He's got his machete. And everywhere he walks, and nobody wants to lay on the ground because it's a high, you know, right now the situation is intense. But everywhere Sam walks, you can see it, the rest of us like roaches scattering, like when the lights come on, trying to get away from him because everybody knows there's a gun on Sam. So he starts from the basketball court, and he walks towards my way by the table. And I do like the rest of them. I scatter like a roach with the light on. When I see him walking by, I'm trying to get the fuck far as away I can from him. Because you can see the gun tower right there with their gun out. So the whole time, the lieutenant is trying to tell the gun tower to shoot him. So Sam comes around, and he comes by the volleyball court. And when he gets over by the volleyball court, the gun tower shoots. Boom. But you know, if the guy in the gun tower was some gun-ho dude, he could easily shoot Sam. You know, before you get put in the gun tower, you got to be able to hit a target, you know, 100 yards, 200 yards away. And from where Sam and the gun tower was, it was 15 yards, 20 yards the most. But you can hear the gunshot, boom. And you can see the sand like 2 inches from Sam's feet pop up from the bullet. Bah. And you can see everybody else scattering away from Sam. And again, the gun tower shoots again. And all of us on the yard, all Sam's homies and people that know him, is yelling for Sam, just, man, lay down before they shoot you. Lay down before they shoot you. Just lay down, homie, lay down, homie. And I don't know what's going on in Sam's head, but 2 more shots were fired. And both times, you could see the dirt popping up where the bullets hit his hits. And it's only an inch or 2 from Sam's feet. But thankfully, after the 3rd shot, Sam finally laid down, got on his knees, threw his knife away, laid down flat on his stomach, and the guards came and secured him. He got lucky because some guards were not hesitated to shoot Sam or anyone in that situation, and they wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it. They would have been justified because Sam's been ordered multiple times to lay down his weapon, to drop his weapon and lay down, and he refused. And in their book, that's a green light, But the guy in the gun tower, we never saw him again. He got in trouble for not killing Sam that day. And I don't know where he's at, what's going on with his life, but yeah, Sam was lucky that he was in that gun tower that day. Welcome to the USP.